Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury may seem like just another Wii U port, but there's actually a lot of new content being added to the game that makes it a new and fresh experience. From the all-new Bowser's Fury add-on to some small gameplay improvements, there's a lot to be excited about. I definitely wasn't expecting the amount of effort that seems to be put into this game. It's really pretty impressive. So whether you've already played 3D World before and are looking for reasons to double dip, or if you've never played it and want to know what this game is all about, here's 12 reasons to be excited for Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. And because this game is almost like two games in one, I decided to split this list into two sections. First, I'll go over 6 reasons for the base 3D World game and then do 6 reasons for Bowser's Fury. Now let's start with number 1. Number 1. Great level design. Easily one of the best elements of Super Mario 3D World is the level design. This game is much more linear when compared to the other 3D Mario games, but that isn't a bad thing. Each level introduces new gameplay mechanics that are explored and expanded upon as the level continues. There are seriously so many amazing levels in this game. Just to name a few of my favorites, there's Piranha Creeper Creek, Sprawling Savannah, the Bullet Bill Express, Snowball Park, and of course the incredibly difficult Champions Road. And each level has plenty of coins, green stars, and stamps to collect, which gives you plenty of reasons to replay each level multiple times. The levels aren't that long either, so replaying them doesn't feel like a drag. These quick pick up and play levels will go perfectly with the Switch's portability. Number 2. The jazzy soundtrack. One of my personal favorite parts of 3D World is the soundtrack. Just like in Mario Kart 8, a lot of the songs are very jazzy, and for some reason it works perfectly with Mario. There are so many fantastic tracks in this game, almost every single level has amazing music. I love how much variety this soundtrack has. There's everything from the perfect Christmas time music of Snowball Park to the incredible World Bowser theme. There are even some levels like Beep Block Skyway where the music becomes part of the level design as blocks appear and disappear to the beat of the song. This is honestly one of my favorite Nintendo soundtracks, and even though I've already listened to it for years, I'm still excited to hear it again. Number 3. The simple, colorful visuals. Some people think 3D World has a boring art style, but I disagree. Just because it's simple and colorful doesn't make it boring to me. I admit that it might not be as interesting as something like Mario Galaxy, but I still think the visuals are very pleasant to look at. The levels always have impressive visuals, and World Bowser especially looks really great. The main world maps might seem like the basic grass, desert, and snow worlds that we're used to in Mario games, but a lot of the time the levels in those worlds have totally unique visual styles. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that 3D World is much more visually interesting than something like the new Super Mario Bros. Games. Number 4. Local and online multiplayer. This game has always had local multiplayer, but for the first time in a major 3D Mario game, you'll also be able to play multiplayer online with your friends. I know for me, this is one of the things I'm most excited for. 3D World is one of those Nintendo games that's pretty fun in single player, but once you start playing with other people, it almost becomes a whole new game. There can be a total of up to 4 players playing at one time, and it makes levels so much more chaotic and fun. I'm so glad Nintendo is adding online, since playing with other people locally might not be an option for a lot of people right now. Let's just hope it isn't too laggy. 3D World was already a highly replayable game, but now with this online mode, you'll always have a reason to come back. This will probably end up being one of my most played Switch games. Number 5. Multiple playable characters. Just in case you've never played 3D World before, allow me to quickly explain the different playable characters. There's Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Toad. What I really love about these characters is that they all play and control differently. Luigi has an extra high jump, Peach can float in the air, and Toad runs super fast. This helps keep the gameplay fresh, as you can always try playing as a different character if you get bored of plain old Mario. This also makes multiplayer more interesting, as not everyone playing has the same abilities. There's also a secret unlockable character, or at least it was a secret until Nintendo showed it off in their own trailer. Spoiler alert, but it's Rosalina. There's also lots of speculation online that Daisy might be added to the game, but that's not confirmed. Number 6. Various gameplay improvements. This is much more than just a simple port of the Wii U original. There's actually a lot of small improvements that will make revisiting this game worth it. Characters can now dive and roll in midair, something that wasn't possible originally. This seems to be a very similar move to the dive in Super Mario Odyssey. I loved the dive move in that game, and it will be a great addition to 3D World. The game speed has also been made much faster. I'm actually really excited for this because I always felt that 3D World was just a little bit too slow. I think this faster game speed will make it even more fun. And there's also a new photo mode, and it seems to be very similar to the one in Super Mario Odyssey. You can add filters, change the angle, and even add stamps that you have collected into the background. As you can see, there are lots of reasons to be excited for the base 3D World experience, and I think it's different enough from the Wii U version that it's worth playing a second time. But now it's time to get to the really exciting part, Bowser's Fury. Number 7. The open world of Lake Lapcat. Easily the most exciting element of Bowser's Fury for me is the open world format. I know I was just praising the linear level design a moment ago, but I also really love the open 3D Mario games, so this is incredibly exciting stuff. This game looks like it's going to be the best of both the linear and open styles of 3D Mario all wrapped up into one game. In Bowser's Fury, you explore Lake Lapcat, and as you can see, absolutely everything is cat-themed. This world actually looks really large and expansive, and I love all the verticality. You can even ride around on Plessie in the water, which just looks like so much fun. You also have a fully controllable 3D camera, which is way more important to me than it should be. I just love being able to have full control over the camera. I really can't wait to explore the world of Lake Lapcat. Number 8. Bowser Jr. You're not going to be alone on your adventure in Bowser's Fury. You also have Bowser Jr. as a companion. This came out of nowhere, but I'm really glad he's here. He even has his paintbrush from Super Mario Sunshine, which is really cool since Nintendo usually pretends that game doesn't exist. Bowser Jr. will be controlled by a computer if you're playing single player, but if a second player joins, then they will be able to control him. It seems like he will help you defeat enemies, and also interact with some special world elements like painting walls to get power-ups. I don't really know why he's teaming up with Mario to take down his dad, but maybe Bowser is just a little too furious. Either way, it's great to see Bowser Jr. in the spotlight again. Number 9. Fury Bowser. And speaking of Bowser, he's gotten a major redesign this time around. For the first time in a while, he actually looks scary and menacing. This new version of Bowser is called Fury Bowser, and he's absolutely massive. His giant shell will always be in the background, and periodically during the game he'll come out of his shell and attack Mario with everything he's got. His massive attacks look very threatening, and you'll have to try your best to stay alive. But if you've managed to collect 5 cat shines on an island, you can power up and become Giga Cat Mario to battle him. I really love this new version of Bowser, and I can't wait to face off against him. Number 10. New music. I know it's kind of cheating to have music be 2 reasons in the same video, but I guess that just shows how much I love Nintendo music. I already know that the base 3D World game has fantastic music, but this new Bowser's Fury mode will bring all sorts of new songs. And judging by how great the trailer music is, we're in for a really good soundtrack. I love the super high energy song in the first half of the trailer. It sounds like a whole new style of 3D World music, which is really exciting. And then the second half of the trailer has this super heavy metal music mixed in with an epic choir, and it works perfectly. I'm so excited to listen to all the new original songs Bowser's Fury has to offer. Number 11. The amount of content. When the new trailers started dropping, my biggest worry for this new game was the amount of content. I was worried that Nintendo had already shown us the entirety of Bowser's Fury and even spoiled the final boss. This is just me speculating, but I think there's actually going to be a fair amount of new content. Thanks to the UK Bowser's Fury website, we now know that fighting Fury Bowser isn't the end of the game. It simply unlocks even more islands for you to explore. And the way that Nintendo is so heavily marketing Bowser's Fury makes me think that this is much more than just some small extra side content. We haven't gotten a total number of cat shines yet, but I'm hoping there's a lot. Hopefully it will be similar in length to something like the Octo expansion. Number 12. Nintendo taking risks. And the final reason to be excited for Bowser's Fury is because it looks like Nintendo is finally starting to take some risks with the Super Mario franchise. For a while now, it's kind of felt like each new Mario game is just more of the same. Bowser kidnaps Peach and you have to save her. But with Bowser's Fury, Nintendo seems to be trying something new. Yes, Bowser is still the main bad guy, but it's much more interesting this time. This is the sort of stuff that always makes me really excited, because you never know what they will do next. Even just the fact that Nintendo has put so much work into this extra content instead of just porting the Wii U version of 3D World makes me very excited about the future of Nintendo. And I hope they continue to take more creative risks like Bowser's Fury. And that's it for this one. I hope I gave you some reasons that you can be excited for Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. I know I sure am, and I can't wait to play it next month. I'm actually much more excited for this game than I thought I would be. But what do you think? Will you be picking it up yourself? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see ya in the next one.